Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here. I have some peeps in front of me, and I hope you're ready. I think this is going to be a fun little project. So, my best friend has 6 kids. So this project is just perfect for her. I'm going to make these and send them to her immediately. We're going to make some Easter basket tags. If I can get my computer to load, that would be wonderful. Oops. All right, let's see if I can do it. I don't know. It's moving slow. All right, here we go. All right, keyword is peep, P-E-E-P. Maybe. I don't know if that's gonna work. It's like it's not winning. There it goes. Okay, cool. That's done. Now, I gotta find my live on here. Facebook's loading, so here we go. All right, I'm here. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. So this is Waverly Pool, okay? We're gonna paint 3 of them blue and 3 of them pink. She's got 3 boys and 3 girls, so we can do half and half. All right. Hopefully that keyword worked. You might have to retype it, Kathy, if it doesn't send you a message. All right, so 3 of these are going to be blue. Kind of a baby blue. Probably going to do 2 coats on this. And then we'll do 3 of them in pink. In fact, I'm going to just use the lid because these are small. Shouldn't take much. And I'm just using a little makeup sponge. Hey, Gwen. How are you? Welcome. All right. Hi, Alma. Hi, Steph. I am good. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I sure appreciate it. So, did you guys see that Chalk released for a limited time, just through the end of the month, Nominee ink, which is gold. So it's like that like really metallic gold, same as the paste, but you can only get it now until the end of the month. So if you love that, grab it. And if you haven't tried it yet, the color Nominee, oh my gosh, it is the best gold ever. So get you some. It won't be around forever, apparently. I don't know what's going on, but they just released it. Probably just to see how people love it, which, I mean, Nominee is one of my solid favorites ever since it came out. So it actually was a color of the month, and then people loved it so much, and everyone was freaking out whenever it sold out. And some people didn't even get it because it sold out so fast. But they brought it back as a regular color because it was so popular, which, not surprising. It's an awesome gold, and it paints really well, so I'm sure the ink is going to be really great too. And you know we love some ink projects around here, so maybe you're going to see it here. But make sure that you get it before it runs out, because I'm sure they only have a very limited amount. Especially since it's only available through the end of the month. So grab it. All right. My little blue ones are good. I'm going to do one more coat on the pink too. I probably don't need to. But we'll go ahead and do it. Hey, Laura, how are ya? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. All right. I need to figure out where I stashed my hole punch, because we're going to have to punch holes in these. And I didn't think about finding it before my live, so let's do that real quick. All right, put this to the side. I'm going to close these so I don't spill them and make a giant mess, because they're both pretty full. That would be just my luck too. Just topple over some paint right here on my desk. There's my hole punch right there. So if you don't have one of these, they're pretty great. These are just my cutouts off my laser, okay? But this hole punch from my site, it works on 1/8 inch material. So you can easily pop a hole in pretty much any of the cutouts that I make, that you buy like from my Etsy. And a lot of the cutouts that Chalk sells are also 1/8 of an inch, except for the chubbies, obviously. Those are, I don't know how thick those are. Probably like 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4. Make sure these are all really good and dry. We are going to wax them. And we're going to use this super cute little peep transfer, which could be used for anything, okay? So there's multiple little patterns here. You could do an outline or you can fill it in, which we're going to fill it in because I have the new paste colors here that just launched for this in the spring. Or I think they came out last month with the spring launch. So, you know, we got to use those because they're so pretty. Those two, eggshell and strawberry swirl. Okay. Now, we're going to wax really quick. And, I mean, it may not be completely necessary on these because it's not going to really stick to much of anything, but you do want to protect your surface, okay? Especially with a brand new transfer, and not pull it up. Now, if you were going to do the outline one and just keep your paint color and like a little outline around it, you definitely need to make sure that you wax because that has a lot of sticky on it, okay? But we're going to use the other one. Anyway, I'm going to wax regardless. Okay. All right, now there's 3 of each, and one of them has a little bunny tail, okay? We're not going to use the bunny tail today either, but we're going to use 2 of them so that I don't have to clean this in between uses, okay? Because I'm lazy. Let's see if I can line this thing up on the first try. Probably not. Okay, look. Here's what we're going to do because this is sticking to my desk. So I'm not going to fuzz it, but I'm going to use this just to save myself from sticking to the glass every time I set this thing down. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're going to start with the eggshell on the blue background. And I just have a little mini squeegee here. There we go. All right, I do have some really cute little egg beads and some jute ready to go. I have my hot glue gun on. We're not going to glue anything, but I'm going to show you how we'll use that. So there's our first one, okay, and that is really nice. It's a nice metallic. I really love the eggshell. I'm so happy that they came out with the shimmer eggshell because I was so sad to see the regular eggshell go. So sad. And I love that they bring back different sheens and stuff for ones that we love. Goodness. Now, I'm not cleaning this in between. Okay, hopefully I'm not going to regret that choice. But just know that it's not recommended, okay? You should clean your transfer if you're going to use it more than once, but ain't nobody got time for that. And you do run the risk of the transfer not sticking really well and having leaks underneath, like on the edges. So Just keep that in mind. Now, my whole ear up here is not on. So I just lay it back down and put that on. And that looks pretty good. Okay. Now, you could do names or whatever on these. I'm not going to put names on them. I'm going to just send them to them. I've already made these kids a little Easter tag for their baskets with their names on them because they're, you know, my babies. Hi, Stephanie. But I thought this would be a fun one, and they can do whatever they want with them. I'll make the string long enough to where they can, like, maybe tie it on their bedroom door handles or whatever they want to do. So yeah, they can choose however they want it to be, okay? Or they can add it to their baskets. All right. There we go. So, my mom and I are going, so my friend Lindsay is the one that lives in Pennsylvania. There's my third one. Now we're going to switch over to the pink. So let me just, I've got paste all over my fingers. She lives in Pennsylvania with her husband and 6 kids. And her kids are obsessed with Chris. Like, so one of them, okay, so the oldest is like my little #1 bestie, okay? She's my biggest fan. Obsessed with this kid, right? Well, the second one comes out and she does not like people at all. Like, she doesn't want to be touched by anybody that she doesn't know. Even as a baby, she was not into being held by anybody but her mom and her dad. And, like, maybe her grandma, okay? So, of course, I first meet this child, and I'm like, oh, I want to hold you. I want to love you. I want you to know me because I'm your aunt. Nope, absolutely not going to happen, okay? And what happens? She lets Chris hold her. She does. She cuddles up with him on the couch. We went, at one point, so we were at, the first time we met her, they came up to our house whenever we were still in Tennessee. So this is Strawberry Swirl, by the way. Look how pretty that is. Another one of the new ones that just came out. They came up to Tennessee. She was just an itty bitty still, okay? And my friend Lindsay carries her in like one of those carrying things, you know, that you strap to your body. Well, we were walking around the little town that we used to live in because it's like a little... It reminds me of like the small town vibes, right? Of like small country towns, right? So there's a bunch of little shops and stuff, and they used to do what they called First Fridays. Like in the summer, they would have different vendors downtown, and like shops would stay open late, and there'd be like food trucks and all kinds of stuff, right? And so whenever they came into town, I was like, hey, let's go to First Friday. And so we parked the car and we had to walk to the downtown area from where we parked. Well, the youngest one, her diaper was wet. And so Chris is like, oh, don't worry, I'll carry her. You know, because Lindsay, it's like hot and it's a lot to be walking and carrying this baby. And so she lets Chris carry her and her diaper ends up leaking because we were out for a while before we could actually find a place that she could go get changed. And this man let her diaper, allowed her diaper to leak on him, which he did not care even a little bit, and carried this little girl all over town. And she is obsessed with him now. So anyways, my mom and I are planning on going up there in August for a week to go just hang out. They just bought a new house. They're about to be moving into, I think maybe they closed already. My gosh. Anyway, I've totally, my time has just slipped away from me now. Anyways, I don't know if they've closed. I think they might have. But anyways, so they're moving into their new house right now. And I want to go see it because I've obviously seen the house that they've been living in, but I want to go see it. I want to go visit and stuff. And my mom had mentioned how bad she would love to go up there and visit. And I'm like, okay, well then let me just buy some plane tickets because I have all these air miles because I travel so much for work. And so I got us plane tickets, and obviously we can stay at my friend's house. So all we got to do is just get a rental car, and the flights are free. So that's basically free vacation. That is girl math. If I've ever heard it, ever. That's girl math. Anywho, so we're going up there, and she was telling the kids about how we're going to be there in August and all this stuff, right? They're all excited. And the second born was like, oh, so Pammy's coming, so is Uncle Chris coming too? And Lindsay said no, and she like buried her head and cried. Because she does not care even a little bit if I show up. But if I don't bring Uncle Chris with me, that's a problem, and I am the enemy. So anyway, I did tell her to make sure that she knows that Grandma Patty is coming. And Grandma Patty is super hyped to meet them and to hang out with them. So it will be a great time. All will have a great time. So they are excited to meet my mom because they've never met her. Okay, so these are our little peeps. It's kind of hard to see the lighting, but they have paste on them. Okay, so now this is the hole punch, and there's a hole on the bottom, which the first time I used this, I didn't know that, okay, because I don't know, dodo head. But turn it towards you, like with this part facing you, and you can see where you're putting your hole. Okay, so that you're not randomly putting a hole somewhere that you don't know. Okay, so there's our first one. So I'm going to just punch these holes real quick. And you do want to make sure that they're really good and dry, okay, before you, like that one was not dry enough. So let's just be sure, okay? That one got a little scuffed. In fact, I'm tempted to turn them over, actually. Oops, and do the hole from the back, because I don't know if that will help, but we'll see. Hopefully it will. Oh. And remember, as always, the metallic and shimmer paste does take just a little bit longer to dry. So make sure that it's super dry whenever you start messing with it. And that does work better. Just one of them, the hole's kind of not in the center, but it's fine. They'll love it regardless. I'm always sending them random things that I've made. Just like, I'll just pop some things in the mail. So I'm going to try and touch this up just a little bit with my paintbrush. There we go. Perfect. Now, that one seemed to, I don't know how well these paint. I tested the eggshell one a while back when I first got it to see if it paints really good. Like the other shimmers, like that Nominee, it paints so nicely. Like it's a really nice coverage. The eggshell didn't do great. Now I haven't tried it like on wood or anything. I just painted it on my little paper plate that I have in here. I always keep a paper plate here for like to use as a palette. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt, right? Anyway, so I'm going to cut these. I don't know how long this is. About a foot long. This probably isn't enough. I misjudged how much I would need. Now, that's probably too long, but like I said, I want to make it long enough to where they can tie it to whatever. And still, you know, if they want to take it off, then they can just cut it and tie it to something else, okay? So I'm going to need more of this string. I think. Let's see how long that one is. It's not going to be 12 inches. No. All right. We'll save that one. And I need 2 more. So, well, I literally just stuck this in here and it's already tangled up with random junk in my drawer. I bought some of those drawer organizer things. Haven't put them in here yet. Because I love organizing. It's like, it gives me the Zen feeling, but I just haven't done it. So, I think this room in general just overwhelms me because I have so many craft supplies and like different transfers and surfaces. It's just like, ugh, I don't want to even do any of it. All right, now, all of these are cut. I cut 6 of them. And I'm going to string those. And then I have these little egg beads that I bought on Amazon a while back. If you want the egg beads, you can comment bead. Hi, Vicky, and I'll send you the link so you can get you some. All right, now just a tiny bit of, okay, hot glue on the back. I mean, on the end of your string will help it go through there. You don't need a bead thing, okay? But simple as that, okay? And then I am going to tie a knot here just to hold that in place, okay? Probably a double knot will do. And then these kids can decide what they want to do with these, but there's our little peep Easter tag, okay? Now, we'll just string the rest of these and we'll have them done. So, super cute, easy project. These would be so much fun for like classroom gifts. I don't know if they do like a spring party or a Easter party at school. I'm not sure. But it would be a really fun little thing to make for the kids. And, or grandkids, or your own kids, or your sister's kids, or your neighbor's kids, or whatever. Okay, for your own self, for you and your husband's Easter baskets, because look how cute they are. You can do them any color that you want. I liked these just because we got boys and girls. But use your imagination. Make it what you want it to be. This one's blue. I had to double check. Aren't they cute? Yeah, so the peeps are on my Etsy. I did not call them just a peep like the transfer's called, because I don't want to get in trouble on Etsy, because peep is a trademark. But they are called bunny cutouts, okay? So the link, whenever you comment the word peep on this message, on this Facebook Live, you will get a link. Okay, to grab those on Etsy, or you can also buy the stuff that I used, the transfer and all that, if you haven't gotten it. And I put the paste on there as well, so that you can grab that. Make sure if you don't have the hole punch that you add that to your cart. And also some surface wax, if you don't have any. Okay, it's always good to have some extra too. There we go. Just tie those and they're ready to ship. So I can put these right in the mail tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate that, Laura. All right. We're almost done. Anywho, fun, quick, easy little project. I hope y'all love this one as much as I do. I just love peeps to decorate with. And They're a lot of fun. You could even make this into a garland if you wanted to, which was my first thought. You know, I love a good garland. Here we go. Last one. Thought I was missing my last bead. I know I pulled 6 out, so it was disguised. All right. That one wants to come through. Let's see if we can. I need to add a little more glue. Starting to fray a little bit. Okay, just a tiny bit of glue. Like, I was just dipping it on the end, but it was running out, so. Anyway, these are cute little eggs. Hey, Sandy, how are you? We're about done, but you can catch the replay. Anywho, let me show you what we got here. So I made 6 of these cute little Easter tags. And I mean, you could even like make a keychain or whatever out of these. But I hope you love them. And I just know that the kids are going to love them too. So I will see you soon. Come hang out with me to see more stuff. Good night.